Alright, so another requested video that I'm doing here. Again, if you want to leave a requested video for me to do, ask me on Twitter at RuthlessRanner, not at WWE Heel Punk. Again, I've said this a lot, I just want to say it so everybody hears it. I want all YouTube stuff to go to at RuthlessRanner. If you have an opinion about something and you want to let me know about something or what your opinion is, or if you want to check out my opinions, um, look at my Twitter at WWE Heel Punk, and I also at Ruthless Ranner. I also tweet stuff about my YouTube channel and about videos I'm gonna be doing. For example, I tweeted about what I thought about. I haven't done the review yet, but I tweeted what I thought about it. I tweeted what I thought about it. I watched the last hour and I thought it sucked. So follow me at Ruthless Ranner. I will post some opinions that have to do with my videos on the Ruthless Ranner Twitter account, and the other opinions I'll post at WWE Heel Punk. So right now I've got WrestleMania 30 Dream Card. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Before I start this, actually, I'm not gonna be too unrealistic here. Some of these matches have very little chance of happening, but yeah, it's dream card, but I'm not gonna say, oh, I want Chris Benoit, because he's obviously dead. Or I'm not gonna choose people who can't wrestle anymore or are dead. All right, so I'm gonna keep it within reason. So let's get it started off here. First match: Shield versus the Wyatts in an elimination tables match. Yeah, I don't think the Wyatts are great wrestlers. I mean, Bray Wyatt looks like he's a decent wrestler, but the other two pretty much suck. So add some tables in there. You could have some good technical wrestling added in with some good table moments and extreme moments there. Would make for a pretty good match, I think. Probably should be for the tag team championships. Whether it's on the Shield, I prefer it to be on the Shield and the Shield retain, because not the Shield actually. I guess that wouldn't work, because if you had two guys with the belts and you had a triple threat match, but I guess it could still kind of work, because you could just say, oh, it's for the tag belts, but it's going to be 3-on-3. So I guess that could still work. So there you go, and I would prefer the Shield winning that match. Next one, Austin versus Punk. A really, dream match. One of the highest, the greatest dream matches probably in the last couple, probably forever in wrestling. I mean, everybody wants to see this match. It's unfortunate it's not going to happen, though. Austin probably can't even, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm about 99% sure it's not going to happen, because I heard Austin doesn't even want to wrestle anymore. Even if he did come back, though, it's pretty sad, because the Triple H and Vince McMahon wanted him to wrestle Triple H. Of course, just Triple H gonna take all the fucking hype. Again, they've said before, he works with the guy who draws money. So yeah, but yeah, Austin versus Punk would be an awesome match. Maybe not the greatest wrestling match, because Austin's probably a little bit out of shape, but it would be just an awesome moment to see Austin Punk cutting promos, and then in the ring that would be cool. Next one, Batista versus Cena. They could do, Cena ended Batista back in 2010 by throwing him off the car, so they could play off of that. And then you could have Batista going over Cena here, and just don't have Cena win all the time. All right, just have him lose cleanly, and have Batista go over, and there you go. It's not that, I don't know if it'll be a great match, but I think it'll be a passable match. Maybe a tables match or Extreme Rules match you could add in there, because I know Batista doesn't like the PG aspect, so if you add in a stipulation, I think it could be a decent match, or even better. Next one, Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. Now you could have this where Brock Lesnar ends a streak. They should just end the streak. I see a lot of people saying they shouldn't end the streak. I don't know why people are saying that. The streak needs to end sometime. They should have ended it with Punk, but of course he lost. But they gotta end it. It's probably not gonna end ever, but they gotta end it because that would be an awesome moment and it would really get somebody over. Undertaker's already paid his dues. He's already done everything that there is to do. He should be putting somebody over. I know he put the Shield over on SmackDown or whatever when they triple powerbombed him to the table. But at WrestleMania, that would be the ultimate moment to put somebody like CM Punk over, but they didn't do that. So he should, and Lesnar probably has a good 5 years left, if not more, because I know he's still pretty young. He probably has at least 5 years left on his career. He's still in great shape. He still looks, got a good build to his body. He's still wrestling great matches. So he probably has at least 5 years left. If he doesn't get a career-threatening injury or something like that. But put Lesnar over because he's got way more to do in his career than Undertaker has. And that's not a knock at The Undertaker. The Undertaker is a legend. Probably top 10 if you look at top 10 wrestlers in WWE of all time. But he's done everything there is to do. There's nothing really for him to do. He's won at WrestleMania. We get it. He's unbeatable almost. But he's fucking get a little bit. While he's getting older, so just make him lose. All right. Next one, Cesaro versus Sami Zayn. If you haven't seen this match on NXT, go check it out. Go check it out. Type in Cesaro versus Zayn. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match. A really, really great match there. I enjoyed it, so they should just do it again at WrestleMania because I know a lot of people probably didn't even see it. So do this match. Maybe make it for the U.S. belt or IC title. I didn't really put titles on my notes here, but I wouldn't mind here have this for a unification maybe since they don't really do anything with the belts or anything. Maybe you could have Zayn as the U.S. champ, Cesaro as the IC champ, and merge them or something like that into, I don't know, probably, I can't really think of a name off the top of my head, but just fuck it. If you're not going to fucking do them right, just merge them, alright? If you're not going to fucking do the titles right, just get rid of them. Next one, Bryan versus Kurt Angle. This would be a great match. Kurt Angle still has some talent. He still is in good shape. I watched him wrestle some matches on TNA. He still looks pretty good. So yeah, I hear he's still wrestling. He's still a great wrestler. So this would be a pretty cool match here. And maybe you can make this for that unification title or whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah, I mean Bryan probably should get the title sometime. In my perfect world, he would already have the belt. So then you would go to WrestleMania, defend it against Angle, and Bryan should win because he has a lot more to do in his career than Angle has left. Angle only has a couple of years left in his career. By the way, in that Cesaro versus Zayn match, Cesaro should win. Next one, Sandow versus Jericho. Now, actually, let me take that back what I said with Bryan and Angle. Bryan and Angle should be for the WWE Championship. Yeah, that's right. We're not doing that fucking unification thing. And Sandow versus Jericho should be for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Sandow, who's a decent wrestler. He's not anything special. He's not the greatest wrestler of all time, but he's passable. He's watchable. He's not boring. He does some unique moves in there. He's done moonsaults, drop kicks, things you wouldn't normally see out of a guy who looks like Damien Sandow. He's done some unique moves. So Sandow, I think he's a decent wrestler, and he's got a very good character. Probably the best promo guy who's actually a wrestler. I'm not talking about Heyman or Coulter, but he's probably the best promo guy who's actually a wrestler. So I would have Sandow come in with the World Heavyweight Championship, probably. And then have him have Jericho job to Sandow. Not really job. I hate people use that word sometimes wrong. Jobbing sort of like somebody losing to a guy he should clearly beat. But I wouldn't mind Jericho losing to Sandow and getting Sandow over. So yeah, I think that would be a good match because Jericho's a good wrestler. He's known to have good matches with people who aren't that great of wrestlers. And he carries people to good matches a lot. So I think Jericho and Sandow would have a very good match. Um, so yeah, maybe not a very good match, but they would definitely have a good quality match. And the last one, Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara. A lot of people say Sin Cara botches, but he does have talent. He does have a good moveset. And this isn't. And I want this to be the original Sin Cara, not Hunico. I think the original Sin Cara has more talent than Hunico. And, I'm watching Hunico wrestle, and you could clearly tell he's not as talented as Sin Cara. And get rid of that fucking light, the fucking light that beams down on the ring. It's stupid. I mean, that could be really contributing. I heard some theory that could be contributing to his botches. I mean, it seriously could. It's probably hot, because probably could feel the heat from it. And it's annoying too. Nobody likes it. I'm sure it just hinders the wrestlers from, it's stupid. So hopefully, he doesn't botch here. And Mysterio still has talent. He's still a good wrestler. And Sin Cara. So I think this would be a good match, especially if you're a fan of this type of wrestling. Hopefully Sin Cara doesn't botch again in this match, but hey, it's an intriguing match. So yeah, there you go, people. There's my WrestleMania. Oh, I didn't put a Divas match on here, by the way. I forgot about that. Probably Natalia versus AJ Lee versus. I just started watching NXT, guys, so maybe I'll get up a NXT review. But yeah, AJ versus Natalia versus Paige from NXT in a triple threat match for the Divas title. I think that would be a very good match. And also, I also forgot to put another match on here. Goldust versus Cody Rhodes. Got to put that match on there. Just a match where Goldust gets Cody over, loses. Cody obviously has a lot more to do in his career than Goldust has, but Goldust still has it. He's still a good wrestler, and Cody is good too. But Goldust is older, a lot older, and Cody is young. So hopefully we can actually see that match at WrestleMania. So there you go, people. There's my WrestleMania 30 Dream Card. If you have any matches that I didn't mention that you would want to see, leave them in the comments. If you have any matches that I mentioned that you have any thoughts on, leave them in the comments below. So there you go, people. WrestleMania 30 Dream Card.